Smash Bros. Ultimate is the hot new Smash game, and I think you can break it into 3 core parts. So let's talk about each one and review them with food. Smash Ultimate currently has 70 fighters. This is the largest roster ever for a Smash game, and while all the characters share the same set of fundamental mechanics, every fighter in this game has its own set of strengths and weaknesses that will fit with different playstyles. Picking your character is just like buying chicken in the grocery store. There are tons of different chicken meats, each with its own characteristics, and so you choose a chicken based on whether it matches your cooking style and tastes. Like a chicken breast is leaner and less nutritious than a chicken thigh, which is fattier, meaning it's going to work better in specific recipes. Let's take an example. Fox McCloud is a chicken breast. Fox is iconic for his strong neutral moves, meaning that he has incredibly powerful fundamentals and he doesn't require his special moves to be effective. Similarly, chicken breast has a strong neutral flavor that tastes great even if you don't use special seasonings. Fighters also have a weight and a falling speed that affects their knockback in the air. So Fox McCloud is a fast faller, and this means he will fall down very quickly when he's dropped in the air, just like a chicken breast. Let's look at another fighter. Kirby is a gizzard. A gizzard is that weird part of a chicken's stomach. It's a little pink ball of meat that can digest weird food. And just like a gizzard, Kirby is basically a stomach. They both suck in food to absorb its juicy nutrients. Kirby also has low weight, so he falls much slower than Fox does. Overall, Kirby and gizzards have a less pleasant neutral flavor and they need more special seasonings, but they can be really delicious if they fit your cooking style. So even just between Fox and Kirby, there is insane variety in this roster, and it's absolutely one of Ultimate's biggest strengths as a game. Not only does a huge roster add replayability, it crucially means that you can find a character that fits perfectly with your individual style and tastes, no matter how weird those tastes might be. Now, after picking a character, next up is the actual moves that you use during a game. Deciding your different moves is like putting seasoning on your chicken. Every type of chicken meat has different potential flavors, but your choices of seasoning is what's going to actually determine the final taste. Now let's break down our Smash Bros. Seasonings. First, you got neutral moves. These are like salt and oil. Salt and oil are the classic fundamental seasonings. They're the core of most recipes. They pack a ton of flavor, and you can cook a great chicken with just these neutral seasonings. You can even use them for aerials, but most people want more than neutrals, so this is where special attacks come in. These are your B moves, and they tend to be more situational, but they really define the flavor of each character. Special attacks are just like herbs. Herbs like basil and thyme and oregano give your chicken dish a ton of flavor, but they're very situational, so it's all about when to use them. Like oregano is going to be incredible in certain recipes and really bad in others. And salt and herbs are all well and good, right? But smash attacks are your spices. Spices like ginger, garlic, and saffron are what really blast a chicken with flavor and kick it over the edge. And yeah, sure, you can cook a chicken with just salt and herbs, but spices are the most effective way to KO your chicken into Flavor Town. So those are all of our seasoning basics, and these can get you pretty far, but what's really fun is when you start learning combos. Combos are when you blend different herbs and spices together rather than just using them separately. And crucially, a good seasoning blend makes each individual ingredient more flavorful than it would be on its own. So then in Smash, you can combo your moves together. You can blend one move into another, and they each become more powerful than they would be individually. And this is where you start to see the real depth of Smash Bros. Every character has its own set of combos that are different depending on the enemies and the stages and the percentages, and then given the size of the roster, this makes the potential strategies nearly limitless. This can be really challenging for new players, but the sheer depth of combos and characters is Ultimate's crowning achievement for me. There is no correct way to play Smash because there are unlimited solutions. It's like how there are infinite ways that you can cook a chicken. There's no correct recipe, and so you have to cook based on your personal tastes. And so every single player ends up developing their own entirely unique way to play the game. And so Smash Bros. Becomes this kind of weird and beautiful manifestation of your personality. At least until you turn on items. Items are like you throw all that shit in the trash and you dump barbecue sauce onto everything. Here's the thing with barbecue sauce, it makes anything taste incredible and you don't have to do any work. Like, I could spend an hour blending the perfect spice mix just right, but then this guy blasts his shit with Sweet Baby Ray's and it'll taste just as good as my chicken. It's exactly the same with items in Smash Bros. Items dramatically spike the power level of your character without requiring any real work. Hammers and bombs and Pokeballs give you so much power that it negates the skill that would normally be required to win the game. Smash balls are even more insane. The first person to break a smash ball receives godlike powers, so it becomes the entire focus of the game when one of them appears. It's just like putting Carolina Reaper peppers on your chicken. A pepper that's that hot completely changes your eating experience because now you're not focused on the chicken or the spices or the barbecue sauce. You are just trying not to fucking die from this insane spiciness. And your combos and your tech skills don't really matter when Bowser turns into this fucking thing. Now, all that said, are items fun in Smash Bros? Oh my god, yes. Most of my favorite games with friends have been with hilarious items. It's just like how barbecue sauce is insanely delicious, and I put that onto everything. And sure, neither items nor barbecue sauce really reflects a lot of skill, but I think the accessibility of items is probably the biggest reason why Smash Bros is so widely loved. Items add that instant flavor to your character, and crucially, it allows anybody to pick up a controller and have a legitimate impact in the game. Players of any skill level can sit down and have a great time with Smash because even if you suck, you just throw a Pokeball and now you're Gordon Ramsay. But a lot of competitive players just can't get into this. They want to know who's the best Smash chef. They don't want items in here ruining everything. All right, we're cooking chicken, but none of that barbecue sauce crap. That's not fair to my skills and training. But I just bought sriracha. Final destination, no barbecue sauce. And lastly, let's talk about the stages. Smash Bros. Stages are just like a stove. It's the location where the cooking actually occurs. In Ultimate, most people like playing on Battlefield or Omega maps because they're considered balanced and neutral for all characters. These maps are just like a standard, neutral stovetop in your kitchen. When you turn on a normal stove, it applies heat evenly across the whole pan. And because the stove is balanced, the flavor of your dish is all going to come down to your skill and handling. But then some Smash stages aren't neutral at all. Some will literally change while you're playing, or they throw obstacles you have to dodge, or it's incredibly dangerous in certain situations. Let's take Norfair, for example. In Norfair, giant walls of lava keep sweeping up and down the stage, and if you don't adapt to those changes in real time, then you will die. It's like cooking a chicken on your stove, but some dude is sitting there just cranking the temperature up and down. And so you gotta keep moving your chicken on and off the stove depending on when he cranks the temperature up, and it makes the whole cooking process way crazier. Then there's stages that randomly blast you with damage, like Princess Peach's castle, which has bullet bills fly in and set off a nuclear explosion. That's like if you're cooking, but some dude is dumping jars of pickles everywhere and you have to dodge them or your chicken's ruined. Or like Figure 8 Circuit. In this stage, you are literally fighting on a live racetrack for some reason, and getting hit by a car will kill you. It's the same thing as when you try to cook a chicken in the middle of the street. And dude, some people love these stages. It's totally chaotic and you have no clue what'll happen when there's pickles flying everywhere. But other players hate this. They think crazy stages are like items and they ruin their skill and preparation. Stop throwing pickles in here! But it's fun! Final stove, no barbecue sauce, chicken breast only. Critically though, Ultimate has the right mix of stages. There's crazy stages for crazy people to have dumb pickle adventures, but the Battlefield and Omega modes for every single stage means there's plenty of neutral stages when you need them. And those are the three core components of playing Smash Ultimate, but they also released a whole bunch of bonus formats to give you some unique experiences that you won't get normally. Squad Strike is a new mode where you pick 3 different characters and you cook them all in a row. It's a fun test of your versatility cooking different characters at once. In the World of Light single player mode, it's like a series of mini cooking challenges. There's like 500 different mini dishes that you can cook, and then each one is uniquely themed around a character. And these are generally pretty fun, but some of them can feel a little bit forced. It's like Nintendo goes, "Hey guys, we themed these recipes after your favorite Nintendo characters. This chicken is Captain Toad themed, so we covered it in mushrooms." And you're like, "Oh, that's pretty creative, cool." And they're like, "This chicken is Joan from Animal Crossing, so we covered it in bacon." All right, cool. "And this one's Venusaur, so we covered it in leaves." That doesn't sound very good. "And this one's a lizard, so we added gizzards." Wait. "This one's Metapod, so pickles." "And this one's Pooh from Earthbound, so we just took a shit on it." Okay, I'm going back to Smash. And then you have online gameplay, which is like cooking a chicken, but Nintendo covered everything in molasses so that you can't move properly. And you're like, "Hey Nintendo, could you guys please just make good online gameplay that isn't molasses? Like, I love you, but you're 10 years behind the competition now." And Nintendo goes, "That's true, but you keep buying all my games anyways, so I don't really care." And I go, Yeah, that's a fair point. God damn it. So online gameplay sucks quite a lot, and it's really the only part of this game that I would harshly criticize. It feels like Ultimate is the most delicious chicken dish you've ever had, but you can't leave your kitchen and eat it anywhere else. But despite that sole criticism, this game and this entire series is just so goddamn fun. I really do think Smash Bros is like cooking a chicken because the game's fundamental flavors are so good, and there's such incredible depth in how you can personalize the experience from there. No matter who you are, no matter how good of a cook, this game brings friends together to blast each other with flavor. And because of all the amazing memories that it's given us, I'm proud to award Smash Bros. Ultimate with my highest possible review. 3 Michelin pickles.